¿Qué vas corriendo con la cámara?
Yo estoy grabando este pueblo para un vídeo de lo que son los pueblos aquí en España. Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with another walkabout video, a walk around this local town here in the Madrid community. And as you just saw, it's famous for melons. So we're going to see if we can find some melons and also some other historical sites in this town. So let's start walking. Now I'm going to turn the camera around so you can get a look at what we're dealing with here. The typical town in this area, as you guys have seen in previous videos. We've got the curtains hanging in the doorways, as we know, to keep the flies and the insects out. And we also have the bars on the windows of an abandoned house here, number 64. Not much going on. I think it used to be a business because there's some type of broken sign up there. So I reckon that's what's going on in this town. Now, the town is called Villaconejos, which literally means the town of rabbits. And apparently here, many years ago, there was a problem with that animal, the rabbit. So coming from Australia, where we've also had problems with rabbits over the years, I feel at home in this town. Now, as I said, the idea is to go for a walk, check the town out, see if we can find some of the locals, maybe start up a conversation, I don't know. Now, I've come across an interesting statue here, Centro Cultural Santa Ana. It looks as though it's abandoned because it's been closed off here. And you get the feeling that there's not much activity in these towns because people have moved out. And whoever spent the money on this building, it has gone to rack and ruin. And I reckon it would have cost a pretty penny back in the day. But it is a characteristic when you come to these towns in this part of Madrid. A lot of the towns here aren't the richest towns. The rich part of Madrid is on the other side of the city, heading towards the mountains, and some of the towns around here are among the poorest towns in the Madrid community. And with abandoned buildings like that, that's one of the reasons why. What do people do in a town like this? Well, as we saw before, melons, I think, are the big business. Over there, as we can see, there's a seafood restaurant, also closed down. Not much activity when it comes to shops, so we'll keep walking down the main strip here. This is a one-way street, so cars are going to be coming up. We've got a bar, restaurant, terrace over there. Pizza restaurant as well, also closed, probably won't open until later. And I think you can also get, if I'm not mistaken, drinks. I think it's a drinks bar as well. So that's the characteristic here. Now, heading down into what looks to be the central part of the town because there's people outside having a coffee and a pincho de tortilla, no doubt. That time of the day, let's walk down here. Supermarket. Another bar over there which is closed, so nothing happening there. And this is a really quiet town. This bar's got a bit of activity, as you can see. Truck coming down the main street. So people sitting outside having a coffee, having something to eat, having to put up with huge trucks just a couple of meters away. So that's what we're dealing with in this town. Now I'm going to try and find the church. Whoop, dog up there. Not happy to see me. Now another business over there, I don't know whether it's open or closed, Casa Rural. So there's accommodation here. I don't know why you would want to stay in this town, to be honest, because there's not a lot going on. Maybe if you're passing through this part of Madrid and you want cheap accommodation, it could be the place. Not sure, but as I said, from what we've seen so far, not a lot of activity in this town. Here we go. Furry friend sitting up front of some type of business. Street food. Oh, he's not happy to see me. He's growling. So I'll keep walking. Bakery over there, might come back to that on my way out. Now, I'm looking for the church. There it is, down that street there. Let's go and see the church. Now, the church apparently is the oldest building in this town, dating back to the 16th century, I think. Another noisy vehicle coming through here. The problem with these towns is that the sound of the vehicles sort of vibrates and hits the walls and it makes it very, very noisy. I'm going to turn the camera around because there's another abandoned building over here. So all I've seen so far is abandoned buildings, not much going on. Now, back to the church. So, oh, hang on, before. Chuches para todos, so sweets for everyone, or lollies for everyone. As we say in Australia, lollies or candies, chuches, as they're called here in Spain. Now, this is the main square, and there's a bit of activity here. We've got the locals out and about enjoying some sun. Probably we've got about 600 or 700 years of experience over there. Another shop over there, the Plaza Mayor, as we can see. The flag up there has seen better days. Another noisy vehicle, and I think this is the church. Let me see. Let's cross the road and see what's going on here. I'm just going to go around behind these gentlemen and ask them if that indeed is the church. Disculpe, señor. ¿Es la iglesia ese edificio aquí? Gracias. It is the church. Again, more flags that have seen better days. I think these would have been left here from the local town festivals. What else we got going on here? This would have been a prime place to live probably 300 years ago. So, the church. I've been distracted. There's the town hall building, Casa Consistorial. And a really run-down village, I must say. A few more of the locals outside here. Let's have a look at the church. Now, going back to the 16th century, I think, when this church was built. Oh, here we go. Local town fair. We're going to check that out in a minute. And I think the church was finished in the 17th century, or at least that's what I've read. Let's have a look here. Olive tree. Some olives on here. People no doubt come and pick these olives and take them home and have them as snacks later on. But the church is an impressive building, I'm not going to lie. Let's have a good look at it. And I think this is the building where all of the activity would have been probably 100 years ago in this town, when people were more religious than they are nowadays. We've got this bloke sitting outside here, maybe waiting for it to open, not sure. We've got some really old buildings down here in this street here, Calle Emilio de Tia Fidela. And another business over here which is a maison, Taberna Maison. So a place that I reckon would sell the local fare. Now there's a sign up, Menú del Día. Let's go and check out the prices, what you would pay here for a menu. Typical price, 12 euros. And you've got sopa de cocido, callos con garbanzos, huevos revueltos, I think that is supposed to be. It says huecos, judías verdes con jamón, ensaladilla mixta. And the second dish, you can have cocido madrileño, costillas, albóndigas, escalope de filete de cerdo, rabas de calamar con ensalada, drink, dessert or coffee, 12 euros. If you want half a menu, 9 euros. So not cheap in my opinion. I thought coming to a town like this, you'd be able to get a cheaper Menú del Día, but it's not the case. And here's a message from the locals, FUCK. Thank you very much. Another abandoned house there, looked to be a disco maybe back in the day, not sure. But it might have moved next door here, because I think this is the disco pub over here. So let's check this place out here. Yeah, Cerveceria Disco Babel or Babel Pub. So that's where all the action takes place at night. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, so a lot of the buildings really run down here. You can notice that it is a town that has seen better days. We've got a bell up there, some type of bell tower which sits on top of the local town hall. Let's go back to the church and let's work our way around to that street fair or fete or whatever it is, the street market where they're selling things. We'll see if there's any bargains there. Let's have a look. Back past the church, this bloke's moved on. Don't know where he's gone. A couple of the younger members of this town walking a baby. So there is youth here, although you wouldn't know it from walking around these streets. Again, fairly run-down buildings. I'm not going to lie. a coat of paint or some type of work to the outside would come in handy, I would say. So here we are, the rastro. Hang on, hang on, hang on. We've got a newspaper stand here. I haven't seen one of these for a long time because they're slowly dying out. So what do we got here? Only clothes from what I can see. And all of the senoras are out and about trying to pick up a bargain. Clothes, €3. Clothes, clothes, clothes. We'll go for a walk down here, see if there's anything different. Underpants. Stylish. Bras. Stylish. Socks. This woman's picked herself up a bargain here. Wow, look at this. Could see myself getting around one of these t-shirts. Might buy one for my partner. I reckon she'd look good in that. What else? We've got one of the locals as well. Or maybe looks like a seller, not sure. Is this that same dog that tried to bite me before? I don't know. Walking through it here. Not sure if it's angry with me or someone else. Here we go. We've got some food down here. What do we got? Let's have a look. Posty. He's happy. All right, so we've got some of the local produce, I think. What do we got there? Beans, chips, nuts, figs. What else we got? Let's have a look. Olives. Manteca de cerdo, I think. Bacalao. Cod. More olives. So, plenty of things on sale here. And these are berenjenas pequeñitas. They're small ones, small eggplants. So, what else we got going on here? Jewelry. Won't check that out, not interested. Let's walk back up here. See what's going on. These people move from town to town, obviously, selling these things. Check this lady's hair out. I haven't seen anything like that in a long, long time. That must have been growing for years and years, if not decades, to get that type of hair. And you won't see that in a lot of places, I'm going to be honest. You won't see that style in many places except a town like this, so you guys are lucky to have witnessed that. Camera back around, let's keep going. What else? Back past the underpants. Here's that dog again. Also looking a bit mangy, I must say. What else? Let's hop across here. All right, here's the newsstand selling the press of the country. As I said before, you're not going to see too many of those nowadays because they're dying out. People, as we know, don't buy newspapers anymore. Everybody reads papers online. But I imagine that when you come to a town like this, not everybody has a fast internet connection, so they're still buying traditional press. Another bar, Churreria, Caso Machago. Interesting. Back to the church, which is the centerpiece, as we know, of this town. Now, apparently there's a melon museum. I'm not sure where it is, but I'm going to ask this gentleman over here to my right where the melon museum is. So let's ask him. ¿Hay un museo de melón? ¿Aquí? ¿Un sitio de melones?
Está cerrado ahora, no.
Ah, sí, está cerrado, ¿no? ¿Pero para comprar en cualquier sitio los melones o ya es fuera de temporada? Ah, vale, muy bien, muchas gracias.
¿Qué vas cogiendo con la cámara?
Yo estoy grabando este pueblo para un vídeo de lo que son los pueblos aquí en España. Yo soy extranjero y voy por todos los pueblos de España grabando la vida que hay hoy en día.
Luego cuando lo televisan.
Yo lo pongo en YouTube, eso será la semana que viene.
¿Pero en qué?
En YouTube.
¿Dónde? En YouTube.
No, YouTube. YouTube, es un sitio online.
¿Qué canal?
No es un canal de televisión, es un sitio de internet.
Ah,
He venido aquí porque...
yo no tengo Que
¿No tiene internet usted?
No, tienes que llevar algo para los viejos también.
Bueno, esto.
¿Qué?
He venido aquí porque me han dicho que es donde vienen.
Tenga internet, pues, lo demás que lo
Bueno, si habrá un sitio en un bar donde pone internet. He venido aquí porque me han dicho. Me ha venido aquí porque me han dicho que es el sitio de los melones de España, ¿no? Aquí es donde vienen los buenos.
Aquí hace siempre la madre
Sí, ¿no?
del melón.
¿Ya es temporada o ya se ha acabado?
Ya se está acabando la temporada.
Pero se puede comprar todavía.
Sí, sí, sí.
Vale. ¿Y ahí donde los bancos se puede comprar?
Ahí donde está el banco,
todos los
hay
sitios.
una frutería que vende melones.
Vale, pues voy para allá ahora. Muchas gracias.
Vale.
Hasta luego.
Bueno, pues.
So as you just heard, I got quizzed on why I was filming this town. Probably not many people come through this town filming, but friendly people nonetheless. They told me about the melons here, the most important industry in this town. And apparently, according to that gentleman, melons are sold far and wide from this town. So that's the main industry here. I haven't seen too many rabbits either, so not sure what's going on when it comes to Villaconejos and its rabbits. Maybe they've all been killed, don't know. Now, let's find a shop that sells melons, and I might buy myself one if I can find a shop selling that fruit. Let's see. Let's cross over, if we can. See if I can find that bank. There it is, Caixa Bank. There's also more restaurants here. Let's keep on going. There we go, fruit shop. Bang, found one. Let's cross over if I can. Traffic quite heavy. This is a real main strip, this one here. Let's try and cross over. There we go. Okay, so we've got an offer. 6 melons for $4.99, and here are the melons on offer. So I reckon I'm going to buy one just to try. Let's go in and see. Hola.
Hola.
¿Los melones siguen buenos estas fechas? Sí, pues voy a coger uno entonces.
¿Un melón?
Sí, ¿solo puedo comprar solo una o?
Sí.
Vale.
¿Pero de qué?
De los que vienen de aquí, pues famoso por los melones, ¿no?
Sí, pero ¿tiene el mochuelo o el piel de sapo?
¿Cuáles son los mejores?
El mochuelo.
Pues entonces.
Muy bien. Os voy a llamar a mi padre, que tiene más que yo. Papá,
Que sabe mejor, ¿no?
es que yo no controlo mucho.
Ah, no. Vale, voy.
¿Está maduro o no está?
Voy a comprar uno de estos. Tiene buena pinta también estos, ¿no? Los toretos.
Los toretos, sí.
Vale, voy a comprar estos también.
¿Un sitio bueno para comerse de mochuelo?
Sí.
Pues ahora mismo, para comerse hoy, ¿a qué hora se le va a comer?
Sí, voy mañana, vamos.
Pues mira, uno que te vale perfecto para hoy o mañana, si
Vale,
quieres.
pues ese.
Ese te vale, si quieres este más pequeñito también.
No, ese uno que he cogido primero, ese mismo. Perfecto. ¿El melón cuánto está el kilo? Más o menos.
1,30.
1.30. Okay, so mission accomplished in this town. Picked myself up a melon, which this town is famous for. €1.30 a kilo. So I think the melon was about 2.5 kilos, around that, not sure. So, don't know what the price is, comparing with other melons, but can't complain about that. When you come to these towns, support the local industry, support the local businesses, and buy a melon. Bought some bread and also some pork crackling, which is something that I also enjoy with a beer on a day like today. So there we go. Now we've seen most of the town. I'll turn the camera around again so we can have a look as I work my way back to the car. But as I said, I've got what I came here for. So I'm going to wrap this tour video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you like melon with jamon, which is a popular dish nowadays, this is the town for you, or buying one of the local melons if you see them in the shops. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from Villaconejos here in Madrid. Bye-bye.